Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my co-host over here, the Greeze. Say hello, Greeze.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? We're half the men we were.
Well, I'm twice the man I was, so that evens out to a net.
Well, you're talking about calories.
Oh, yeah. We consumed some calories last week.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like one drink is like 80 calories.
It's something like that. Yeah, there's some math involved. You can figure out the caloric intake of a.
I think it's by proof.
Whiskey. Yeah, I think 100 proof whiskey is like like 90 calories, 100 calories, something like that.
You're real close.
Yeah,
I feel like I should tilt a little bit.
Yeah, Greeze, as per usual, didn't set things up like ahead of time, and then I'm being, like, let's go to the Nook, Felicia. Let's do this.
Okay.
And so here we are. We thought we'd go live and get back at it. We've been a little without some content for a minute because of all the Whiskey Weekend info and planning and things.
Well, we were so daggum stressed, Will, getting to daggum freaking Whiskey Weekend.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. And we're going to get right back. We're going to get right back in our
groove.
No, it's the groove we shouldn't be in, where you're just going to keep taking it. But we're going to talk a little bit about we're going to talk a little.
Why do they call it a bosom?
Stop! I'm talking. We're going to talk about Whiskey Weekend. We're going to say some of the stuff we had, and we're also going to have our friends from BS and Bourbon on here in a little bit to give a little bit of their experiences, the fun they had.
You're going to call that experience? It was an experience.
The things that happened,
the
things that we shouldn't talk about,
and the things that we will,
and the things we will talk about.
Right.
So we want to thank you all for joining. If you're watching live on YouTube, if you're listening on the podcast feed, you can catch us live over at youtube.com/thepodcast. And you can watch our lives there. We're going to put out a lot more new content.
You got to hit that subscribe and
subscribe and
the
like.
Bell.
And we also, are we going to do a town hall this week? We're going to do one.
Oh, daggum, I forgot. We're supposed to do one tomorrow.
Let's do one tomorrow night for our.
I need to confirm that, but
we have a lot of new patrons, and we want to thank you all. If you're not a patron, join at patreon.com/thepodcast. It's a way you can support us, and we're going to have a town hall live tomorrow night, and hopefully a lot of you can join. That will be a lot of fun. So,
because the last one we did was at Whiskey Weekend. It was kind of a special thing. It wasn't like a normal thing.
And it was super. Can you be a good host and pour me some whiskey?
Grab something.
Well, none of this is open.
That's not true. Behind all the full ones are the cashed or not almost cashed ones.
Well, I'm going to pour this.
Here, you need to try this.
I'm actually just going to drink some JW.
You need to. Yeah, that's what you need to do right now. You just need to chug that.
No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, I don't like to chug things before I go to the dentist. When have you been to the dentist? When's the last time? Name the last month of the year that you have been to the dentist.
It was in August.
Of?
No idea.
Okay. So
Darren Wright, thank you so much for the super chat. Looking good, fellas. Hi, everyone. I had some hot sauce.
Darren is freaking awesome.
You're right back in your groove.
Right.
I was in the middle of a sentence.
You were going to say something.
Let's talk about Whiskey Weekend. Let's because Darren, thank you for the hot sauce you gave us. I had it on some fajitas tonight. But
and the hot kisses.
We there was one thing I want to address, and that was at the very first night of Whiskey Weekend. There was a lot of fun. We got on stage. We had a fun little bit where we jumped out to some intro music, and we threw out samples of the Special Forces Foundation Eagle Rare. And then there was a magic show by Ty, which was amazing. Ian Campbell was able to be a part of the trick. Like the grand finale trick.
Right.
Called in from Canada. That was great. But then a really nice gesture from our supporters and patrons and best friends is another way to say it, is that they presented us with this beautiful barrel head that was an Eagle Rare barrel head signed by Harlan Wheatley, and it had a plaque on it commemorating our 5 years as a podcast. And then they gave us a photo book.
Can we grab it?
That was really meaningful. It had notes from patrons, from podcasters, from viewers like you. And so all of these wonderful things. Greeze got some sort of trophy that had a goat on it that still trying to figure that one out. But then
I'll tell you how.
But the thing is that you gave a really passionate, incredible thank you speech, like you had just won an Oscar. And that was great. I loved it. You got emotional. You cried on stage like a baby.
Yeah, that's
and then you pitched to me,
right?
And this is a learning lesson. You pitched to me, and you said, first of all, you got you are such a disheveled.
This is a brand new shirt. Melissa sent it to me today.
Do most brand new shirts have fuzz on them?
Ask Melissa.
I don't think so.
Melissa, do your shirts have fuzz normally on them?
So then he pitches to me and he goes, and now I'm going to let Will say thank you. And if this just doesn't encapsulate the state of our relationship right now,
right?
You pitched to me and I said something to the effect of like, wow, it's going to be hard to follow up from that. But I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I guess you took that it's going to be hard to follow up as nothing you have to say matters, and just you just cut me off immediately and didn't let it back.
Will, I want you. What did I say to you on stage?
At that moment?
No, right before I pitched to you. You just said it earlier. Will, I'm going to pitch to you to say thank you.
Yeah.
And you said thank you.
And then I
took it back.
You're not a kind human.
I try to be.
Nor maybe even a good friend, really. If we're going to be quite honest.
I've got a book that says otherwise.
Well,
I've got audio that says otherwise.
No.
I love the crap out of you.
I don't know.
Here's the deal, man. My brain is like, it's way over there.
We need to get you on some downers.
Right.
Prescribed downers that literally just like
100,
just take you off a couple clicks, because you get so excited, so dadgum excited that you can't let it go.
I don't like clicks.
It's fine. All right. So after the impassioned speech, we're supposed to have a featured distillery. We won't go.
You're going through the whole weekend.
Well, yeah, that's why it's called a recap.
Oh, you're right.
So then we have a good night, a great party until like 4:30 in the morning. That's night one. Then night two was spectacular.
Okay, can we just say one thing
drop moment?
Night one, can we say one thing? It's Bourbon game night Slade.
Oh, yes. So it's Bourbon night. Chad and Sarah set up literally a game show night that was incredible. They took things from elements from different video games. They did like Family Feud. They did Jeopardy. They did the one we did was kind of like Price is Right. It was like a Price is Right game where you and I were competing against matching the DSP number with the appropriate distillery.
And I would have tied you if I'd have just left all my answers.
Well, that's one way to say that.
That's exactly how I'd say it. How else would you say that?
I would have also tied you if I had not switched my answers around.
I
switched my answers around and ended up with the same amount correct, but in different spaces, and still beat you. So,
well,
that's like you trying to say, you and Dan trying to say on the Madness that because you scored more points than me, in a different game, that you automatically win. That's not how tournaments work.
Well, that's how you win the most points on the season.
That's not how tournaments work, though.
Well, I mean, ask fantasy football. As far as rankings.
That's also not how you win individual rounds.
Well, we won that round.
Football. No, you were in a different round than I was.
Yeah, but we won that round. Me and Dan did.
Y'all both should be, actually just you should be disqualified. But I will say, I watched Matt Madness on Friday with Sarah versus Perry.
Right. It was the sweetest episode I've ever seen.
And Sarah is the Greeze.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We all knew that.
Yeah.
We all knew she was way more sassy than she let on.
No, I think we knew she was that sassy the whole time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I kind of knew, but I didn't necessarily think she'd, go for it. Here's what happened. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's past her bedtime real late.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, if people want to say the ours went long.
Right.
No, that was like a 7-hour thing.
2 hours in and it hadn't even gotten to halftime.
Right. Yeah.
I'm going to say this.
Okay.
We got to meet some legends prior to the event.
Oh, yeah.
Dan and Sean.
That's right.
Let me go ahead and tell you something about Dan. He sleeps a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's a sleepy dude.
And oddly enough, he's the responsible one in that situation.
Yeah. Learn something else about them as well.
Somebody tag Dan and Sean and tell them to get in this daggum chat. We need to hear.
Men.
We need them harassing people.
You and I are like wee lads compared to those giants. They're very tall.
Freaking Dan's like 6'4".
At least, maybe 6'9".
I don't think
he's not that tall.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Sweet Dan.
But I'm not either.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if he was 6'9", it'd be over in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But he's 6'4", and he's burly.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his shoulders are just double wide.
That I don't know that means what you think
he's got a half a living room over here and a half a living room over here. He's legit a double wide trailer is what I'm trying to get at.
Okay. I think that could
just
be,
with legs.
Tammy Brennicky put up a super chat. Let's see what that
Tammy.
says. Yeah.
Can
you highlight that for us?
Oh yeah, I can highlight it.
Yeah.
I didn't highlight Darren's.
Yeah, you should have. Whiskey Weekend rocked. We had so much fun. Thanks, fellas. Love you both. So Tammy
made a dent.
She made an impression like the T's did.
Darren, this is a throwback for you, buddy.
But so the next day we had some of our first private tastings, VIP tastings, what we call them. So that's where in our suite we brought in smaller groups than the whole group.
Well, they're called breakout sessions.
Right, on paper. Right, they're breakout sessions.
Breakout session.
We had folks in the room. We went through a very fun tasting. I thought it was a really good curation by you and me, if I do say so myself. Like, we put a lot of thought into it, and I thought it was a fun flow of whiskey. And then the fourth pour. So we started off with Weller 12. And then we went to a Knob Creek store pick from Disney. So a Parks and Resorts store pick
that we've been hunting down for years.
And then we went to and then we went to Kentucky Owl Rye Batch 4, which is the last rye.
Legit the last rye.
Was the wheel spin. And that was where we have a wheel. And we're actually going to do a video that will probably be on the channel this week with the wheel, maybe, depending on Grease's editing skills. But
the skills ain't the problem.
It's the time.
It's
Anyhow, so we're gonna do.
If I can just get Lauren to quit necking me,
that's one thing.
She keeps.
You got a couple hickeys on.
She keeps getting up in here, and I'm like, "Dadgummit, baby, I gotta edit.
Yeah,
quit. Stop it." She's probably watching right now because I'm on probation.
Yeah. So we went.
She's probably watching, babe. Babe, I love you.
We did the wheel spin. They had some incredible pours. There was a William Llewellyn Hazmat. There was Kentucky Owl Bourbon 1, Kentucky Owl Bourbon 2. There was Dry State. There was
Elijah Craig 18 pre-fire.
18 pre-fire. There was Tornado. French Oak, Old Charter French Oak was on there.
Just 10-year rye Willet.
Yes, a 10-year Willet rye. There was just a lot of very high power, high punching bourbons and ryes on there.
Yeah. They're not out there.
Right. Just not your everyday pours, not your everyday into a tasting. So it's kind of like we wanted to go out with a bang. And the first one actually was Old Charter French Oak, which is fantastic.
Which is exactly that pour specifically is the quintessential. If y'all have that pour available, if you want to know what I think is a grapey note, that's the bottle.
And I thought that was a really good round out that tasting bottle. It was a high value.
It's like we started with oak and ended with oak.
Yes, exactly. And both Buffalo Trace products.
It's like two oak walls,
right?
That just squashed a high proofer and another high proofer rye and bourbon.
So then we go to Tammy and her wheel spin.
What was that? That
was our second
VIP tasting. So,
and it was right after the first one on Friday. Yeah, Friday. And so she spins it for the group and lands on William LaRue Weller Hazmat. And the reaction you were hoping for when the wheel concept was born, you were like, here's what I imagine. We're in the suite. People are excited. Someone's a good wheel spinner. We have all of the makings of a perfect spin already because Tammy's up there and she's excited. And she spins in, it lands on Hazmat, and everyone erupts in joy.
Nuts. It took me a second because I could not focus on the handwriting.
Oh yeah, that's
Nathan.
That was Nathan.
Nathan wrote it, and he's like, "My penmanship is spot on." And I was like, "Are you sure, bro?" And he's like, "Yes." And he did it, and I'm pretty sure he's in the chat, and I don't even care. Listen here, Tammy, you freaking rock and roll.
It was
here's
incredible.
The deal: top 5 moment in podcast history.
Yeah, for sure. And then I believe that the tasting note that was most dominant out of that bottle was that this is sexual chocolate. That's what I think Sarah and Tammy came up with that descriptor of it was 140 plus proof. William LaRue Weller was from 2014, and it was legit.
Right.
That was the only way to describe it.
Okay, Sean's here. I don't know if Dan's probably sleeping. Is that fair to say? Dan is definitely asleep.
Why did we want Sean here again?
Because we were going back to talk about our experience with Dan and Sean.
Oh, yeah.
At freaking Whiskey Weekend. Jokers show up. Okay. They just got done picking at Starlight. And I was like, well, daggum, y'all should probably come on over here. And so they did. We got them a hotel room and we partied. We went to the casino. Mm-hmm. Sean went to the casino with us. Dan eventually showed up with Matt Porter.
Yeah.
They were holding up the rear a little bit. It's fine. But Sean partied, dude. Like he was there. He was ready.
Oh yeah. No,
something about him getting a 2-hour nap or something.
I thought Dan got the 2-hour nap.
No, Dan can't. Here's another thing about Dan. Dan cannot drive a car without getting sick. No, he can't not drive. If he doesn't drive, he gets sick.
I
know people that 3-year-old.
I know people that are like that.
Who?
I don't know.
They're children.
I think you're like that.
They're 3. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you kind of are.
I'm not. So Dan's playing games. Okay, so Dan's on Twitch right now.
So, but anyhow, all to say is that we went to the casino. We ended up ordering a lot of makers and cokes.
Yeah, that was that was the first memory of the weekend.
Yeah.
Was me walking up to a bar and saying, I need 15 makers and cokes.
Yeah.
And the bartender looks at me and goes, are you serious? And I said, yes.
Yeah. He wasn't happy about it.
He didn't know that we were literally laying a foundation for 4 days.
Right.
That literally, 15 makers and cokes is kind of docile.
You said I need 15 makers and cokes, and I need 2 of those to be real nice.
Well, no, yeah, I did. I said I'm going to need 2 of those to be extra special.
Yeah, and who knows where those ended up?
No, he put straws in them.
Oh,
you and I got them. That's why we went from like a 7 to a 12.
I went over and
it was like 6 ounces.
Jacob Schaefer was playing some table game I have never seen before, and he was like, "Do you want to play?" I was like, I do not have time to try to learn something right now. Right. So I'm going to say no, but I'll get you a drink. So I came back and I brought him a double makers and Coke, which was just double makers.
Right.
And then this lady across the table goes, hey, can I get one too?
Okay, lady.
And I go,
shut up.
I go, no. She goes, no, I'll pay you for it. I'm like, this is my actual friend.
Right.
I don't know. I want to go back to playing.
I don't work here.
Right. Like she's like, can I get one too? I'm like, literally no.
Yeah, we saw a guy put 3 $100 chips on a number on roulette, and he hit it. It was a $12,500 hit or something like that. Maybe it was $10,500.
Yeah. So hey, we got to speed up the pace because this is only part 1, and we have guests coming.
Well, I know we have guests coming on. I see somebody on there. Is that? Hey, y'all, give me the thumbs up if all of y'all are in attendance that need to be here. Bob, are y'all all here?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, all right.
All right, so we got a few more minutes. We just
Anyway,
so
I just wanted to say Dan slept a lot.
Yeah,
and he has to drive.
And
Sean is just blasting Whiskey Weekend.
Yeah, I would say that Sean night one made the biggest impression on podcasters because people were like, we kind of thought we were Team Dan, but I'm going to be honest with you, we're Team Sean,
right?
now.
And like they hopped on Patreon.
Yeah,
I was like, I gotta support these guys because I freaking love Sean. Sean is he's a cute man. Do you know what I mean? Like he's compact. You know, he's precious.
He's lanky.
He's a lanky well, that's dude. Another way of saying it. I'm just saying
I think compact and lanky are completely different adjectives.
And precious?
Precious and lanky can go together.
Right. Sweet.
He's a sweet fella.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, dadgummit. Jason Newman's here. He's just going to throw it out here like a daggum boss. I miss y'all too much to think of something clever. Just take my money.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
You don't have to do that.
Jason's been supporting us literally for like 4 years.
Jason gave us
watches.
Jason is our dad.
Jason is
our big brother.
Yes.
He's family, but he to commemorate 5 years gave you and me.
But a dad would get on to you like when you're being semi-stupid.
No, he's a fun. Well, I mean, he kind of.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, that's
not
fair.
when we're being semi-stupid.
He encourages.
Like if we're real stupid, he'll get on to us.
Fair,
but
enough.
Not semi-stupid.
Right. So on to after the tasting. Sean was fun. Night one we talked about. Night two,
I ended up busting up in Dan's room while he was asleep, and Sean
and you nuzzled him.
Sean did. I took a picture of it. I was gonna.
I thought you were Sean.
I was gonna post it, but there's a couple of shirtless pictures in there. I just didn't think it was nice to do that.
I had shirtless pictures like on the wall, like pinned up on the wall.
No. Dan was shirtless.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's fair.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, he wears 6'4" well, from what I can tell.
We got into the evening portion of Whiskey Weekend batch 2 or 3 rather, night 2, and Dixon. We got to have a nice dinner with Dixon and Joshua to pregame, playing out the evening, and we did not know how this was going to go down, and it went down very
real
nicely.
hard.
They dropped the mic in a way that I've never seen before. Basically, Dixon showed up and poured 2 offerings and talked a little bit about his experience with Kentucky.
I've never seen 2 pours completely light up Crazy Town.
Yeah, the first one was Dry State, which we had on the wheel, and then we're like, well, that kind of thanks Dixon for taking the wind out of the sails. But we had Dry State,
which is right here, and this is a $1,000 retail bottle,
right?
Not an $85 bottle that's really rare and it gets boosted up to daggum free. And he brought 4 of them,
and he poured it. And they were all gone, and everyone had Dry State. The entire attendance.
And someone took a picture of the empty bottles and be like, "You'll never see this again."
Right? Yeah, just 3 or 4 empty bottles of Dry State just sitting there.
It's so stupid.
Then he
another mic drop.
Have to outdo himself. He put, and some of you all saw this on Instagram. He put a label that is a picture from a barrel pick we were on with him. I think that was the aged ham barrel pick. And so it was you and me and him, or was it Special Forces?
When? What are we talking about?
The label that he put on the bottle.
That was Special Forces.
It was Special Forces.
Yes.
So there's Greeze and Dixon and me all on this picture. He put a label.
And if you zoom in, Will is literally over mine or Dixon's shoulder.
Dixon's.
You're staring down Dixon.
Yeah.
Like, do not steal my co-host. Look.
I was not concerned about that.
I wouldn't be concerned.
I was more.
Can
looking
you imagine
at
Dixon editing this show?
No.
Well, ladies, just us girls here.
Just between us girls.
Just between us girls. I think Darren, circle back.
Dixon and Joshua laid the smackdown on Whiskey Weekend. Yes. So.
Okay. Well, you helped him out on that late.
Dixon.
He said later.
Well, maybe it was Dixon and later Joshua later.
Right. Yeah, so let's
interchange.
Talk about Dixon's second pour.
So Dixon's second pour was a custom rye blend
of original rye distillate,
right, and some other things along the way, to make up a 4-bottle limited edition. Mm-hmm. So limited, it was only 4 bottles.
Well, it made a 5th, but he kept a bottle for himself.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool.
It is cool.
Special.
I'm hoping that he leaves my picture on it.
He will.
You think so? I don't know. Probably not.
So, why? I love it. That's you. That in a nutshell. I hope he leaves my picture.
Well, you're on
not
there.
Like the three of us picture. I hope he leaves my picture.
Listen. Do you know how on all band photos they throw the daggum bass player a bone and let him be in front?
See, yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
You're the bass player.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right. And that's why you overcompensate.
Right.
Like because
I'm a wounded llama.
Your instrument can't be heard in the actual songs. And so you have to get out.
Oh, front. It can be heard. One of them cries, one of them whines, one of them whatever's.
A whining bass?
No, my kids.
Oh.
My instrument worked and produced kids.
Oh, daggum it.
Is that's innuendo.
Right. It wasn't.
You wanted me to be less sexual and you said innuendos are fine. 100%. And you don't even pick up on my innuendos.
It wasn't a great one, but in hindsight, you did okay.
I know. I just had to circle back. If you got to explain an innuendo.
No, because you said no, it works. And I said your instrument can't be heard.
It can be heard.
No. Okay. So moving on.
It can be heard.
So we then Dixon does his custom blend. We had that. Then Joshua takes the stage.
Right. Before we go to Joshua, we got a super chat.
Yep. Let's say it.
It says Whiskey Nose. We've passed 200 subs. Thanks, guys. Well,
good for you.
Oh yeah.
Cheers.
That sounds great.
So then we have the I lost my train of thought.
Joshua.
Yeah. That man. And
BS and Bourbon, we're getting to you in like right after this.
So Joshua gets up there and then he is like, I mean, I love this group. So here's the first two pours we're having. So we had CYPB and E.H. Taylor 18-year-old marriage.
Right.
And
which is
after following Dry State in a custom blend. And it's like,
which is less out there than Amaranth.
Right.
Like it was less available.
Right.
But it was Joshua's kind of baby.
He loves it. So we have that and everyone's like, this is incredible. Thank you so much.
Right.
And then he's like, hey, but I'm not done.
Right.
So after everyone tries that and he talks about it for a minute, he goes, now back at the tasting bar.
And I didn't know he was setting it up to drop a mic.
Yeah, he did.
I just thought he wanted to break it up.
No.
So it'd be easier on the tasting booth.
Back there now is Eagle Rare 17 year.
Mm-hmm.
This year's, all three 2020 BTAC offerings that were there. They were all 2020, and it was Eagle Rare 17, George T. Stagg, and then Thomas H. Handy. And so it literally that took that night to an 11. We tried to podcast with Dixon after it. We bombed terribly.
Oh, it was so bad.
It was the worst thing ever.
I had two questions
just giddy. And we had nowhere to go, and we went for like 20 minutes. We're like, let's just get out and just go have a good time.
Listen, you can't record anything after pounding BTAC for an hour.
Well, there's nothing that we can say that's interesting after that,
right? Because or everybody's good.
Well, that's what I mean. They're like move along, sirs.
Yeah.
We're not at this point. We're not here for you anymore.
We just didn't really have anything planned,
right? And so we did a few minutes, talk with Dixon, and
for batch 4, we're actually getting away with a spontaneous thing like that. Like it's gonna be pre-planned stuff that we've got.
Right.
That's gonna be fun.
Then Matt Porter came up and tried to redeem you. We did a taste off. He was trying to do a Matt Madness redemption for you.
He didn't try it. He did it.
Well, you failed because you mixed up your glasses and couldn't follow instructions. And so there was no winner because Greeze once again couldn't follow instructions in the most greasy way possible.
But I picked the proof and the age.
See, I'm still not certain you did.
Nashville.
That doesn't matter when you were picking the wrong things. And
pretty coincidence if I didn't.
Well,
we're going to release that, by the way. It's going to be out there.
In all honesty, there's a lot of coincidences in your life that for most people would be like, huh, I bet he got it right because the glasses were mixed up. With you just happen to have these weird coincidences where you don't know what you're talking about, but you nail it every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grapey.
Right.
So I think now, before we talk about the third.
Oh, yeah. We got to bring these boys on for the daggum third.
Yeah. The third evening, because they were the stars of day 3. Let's bring on
Stars is not. I mean,
they were the black holes. They were the supernovas of
the Soundgarden.
Huh?
Isn't that Black Hole Sun?
No, I was just talking about. I mean, sure, that's a way to. I wasn't referencing Soundgarden, but I'll allow it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're joined here right now in this little spot over here with Bob and James from BS and Bourbon.
How y'all doing?
Daggum legends. So I was a huge fan of their podcast prior to this weekend. And so I was like, guys, I want y'all to be a part of it. I want you guys like as special guests. And you guys showed up, and we moved you to the last night, which was the best thing that we could possibly have ever done on the planet. And I got to hand it to you guys. I had a couple of rules. I was like, you know what? Just you get one F-bomb the entire show, and you can't do that one thing that you workshopped me for. Or actually, Will said no.
Will said no.
I put the brakes on a couple things. But here's my favorite thing is when I got very nervous was that when you got up there, you said there's something Will told me I couldn't say, but Lauren, who is our buddy Owen from Hardy's, his wife, who's an incredible lady,
right? Super
you
fun.
said Will said no, but Lauren gave us the go ahead. And
did they mean that Lauren or my Lauren?
No. They meant Lauren Klein because she was like talking, and she was like, "This is not true." I said the opposite of that. I didn't the okay. So she was like super nervous that she was now like with the burden of whatever they said that she had given the okay. But you still you kept it within the white lines, so to speak.
So we're joined right now for those people out there watching right now with Bob and James from BS and Bourbon. Y'all say hey to everybody.
Right. Now you say we kept it within the white lines. Would you say Nathan would agree with that statement?
I don't know.
We haven't circled back with him.
I haven't polled the audience.
There's some pictures.
Well, there's
head first into
I know what they're talking about. I know what they're talking about.
Oh,
he shouldn't have talked about it.
You'll have to tell me offline.
There's a great photo of James in that moment. Just behind what's going on.
Will is so lost, it's great.
He's so lost. Will drank more than me the last night, but okay, so the guy.
I don't know that's accurate. The last night.
Yes,
I didn't drink really anything at all.
Well, you drank. I said I didn't. I said you drank more than I did.
You didn't hit the bucket.
Will did not drink out of the bucket.
I hit the bucket.
I actually don't know that I did drink more.
All
than
right, set it up,
night.
James. Tell them what you got there. Show it to them. Tell them what it is.
I got the James Karen.
James Karen. So you boys are up there. You boys are up there podcasting live for the first time ever. Number one, I'm so freaking proud of y'all. Y'all killed it. One, I think y'all are hilarious when you have to hold it in and can't cuss.
We actually talked about this. Y'all are actually funnier.
Yeah.
Because you get so much more elaborate and descriptive, specifically James, when he's kept within a box, that it gets so funny because you know everything he wants to say,
right?
But keeps it within this like specific container. And so you get more creative and it gets so much funnier.
Yeah, there was one moment where James was like, yeah, I mean, he I don't know how he got her up there, but you know, he got her up there on the top of that pit cart. You know, they had sexual relations.
You said marital relations.
Oh, marital. He didn't even say
he said marital relations. It was so clean that it landed so perfectly.
Right, because everybody's just waiting. Everybody knows.
Right, exactly.
This Joker's holding it in.
What's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? And marital relations. It's hilarious. It's so funny.
All right, boys, y'all need to talk more right now. Y'all need to talk because when y'all talk, it's a freaking blast. I'm proud of you. Y'all nailed it, and y'all are coming back to batch 4. Y'all can go ahead and talk about your experience of batch 3, and we'll listen a little bit.
Well, I kind of felt like I was the Walmart release of the album. The one that it just edits but there was no bleeps. We need a bleep machine next time. We had a button. Yeah, there's the button, like a cough button.
Yeah.
We had a blast, had a good time. Thank you two guys for trusting us to not F it up. But
trusting, I don't know that we ever trusted it. There was a reason you were the last night, so that
They made it very obvious that we went last, so that way, if we were asked to leave, nobody else was getting kicked off of the stage.
I do think you did reserve. You may have had one more F-bomb than the one allotment, but
that was when he was telling that when he saw the Wheeze.
Yeah, I was telling what the Wheeze said.
Yeah. But then my favorite line of the entire weekend was the way that it so eloquently rhymed was "F it, get the bucket."
Or F it,
give me the bucket. Yeah, it was just when it rhymes when you say it
the real way.
Exactly. So it was fantastic. The bucket, the James Cairn that you just held up, Daniel, like a boss, just grabs 3 of the picks of the weekend, the bullet pick that had the logo on the back, just opens it and just starts dumping. I've never seen a man, now he's a giant of a man, but I've never seen a man palm 3 bottles of whiskey at the same time and pour. He's clearly poured 3 bottles at once many times in his life.
And there was a bottle in there before.
Right. So there were 4 bottles in there, and that thing was drunk dry by the time they'd passed it around the room.
My wife picked up the bucket.
I know. There was a lot of people. My favorite thing was Lauren, who was so nervous about them going up there because they workshopped the entire story. And then they get up there, and halfway through, she's like, these guys are pretty entertaining. And then by the end of your thing, she's drinking from the bucket.
Right.
So it legit.
You're talking about Lauren Klein. I was talking about Lauren.
But no, I knew who you were talking about. And then I talked about a different Lauren, but didn't clarify.
My wife leaned over during the show and she goes, "This is so Georgia."
Yeah.
And your wife enjoyed the bucket as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude. My wife enjoyed y'all. Now online in BS and Bourbon, because now she follows y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We're in questionable town.
Okay.
she's now coming to me and she goes, "Hey, so like, is this like how they normally act?" I'm like, yeah. Babe, let me go ahead and tell you something. Whiskey Weekend, we got the 75% version.
Yeah.
Well, some people got the full blown version, like that came back to our room.
Yeah.
There were some people who got the full blown version.
That's the real deal right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Pooh Squad, he knows what's up.
I got to make sure y'all are next to us next year too, for sure.
Right. I was actually concerned about y'all because night 1, y'all went to bed so early. I mean, y'all had been drinking for about 18 hours at that point. Yeah. But the fact, I was like, where the heck's Bob at? And they're like, oh, Bob's been asleep for an hour. And I'm like, well, dadgum, Bob can't hang with us anymore. I was wrong. Yeah, completely wrong.
My favorite moment with James,
was
I was like, how are y'all up already and just getting after it?
Yeah.
He goes, because fat people don't get hungover. And I was like, okay. But I mean,
join us. Come on, join us. We'll teach you.
I'm currently going the opposite way right now, but I'll be there soon. I'll be there shortly.
You gotta hit
like a good try this morning.
Climb back up the mountain.
Right. All right, people. Let's hear about y'all's experience of Whiskey Weekend. What you thought, what you did, what you're looking forward to for Batch 4. I want y'all to talk a little bit. We keep interjecting. I'm sorry.
No, man. I think my favorite part was getting to reconnect with some of the people who were able to come back from batches 1 and 2, but so many new people were at batch 3 that we just connected with and shared some pours with and got to telling some stories. And we had a really good time, like I said, back in the room, because we got in our room and we just propped our door open. And until 3:30 in the morning, we just had people coming by, having a drink. We had snacks. We had pizza. Yeah. We had cookies.
Yeah.
It was a good night.
Yeah. Those what are they called? Nocturne or insomnia? Insomnia cookies. They're only open overnight.
Hey, that's perfect for Bob.
Yeah. Why did I get any of that?
We talked about it, and you just.
Well, I don't listen.
That's part A, and part B is that you would disappear for a while.
Yeah.
Well, would he disappear like the Wheeze would disappear and then come back?
I don't know.
Because like the Wheeze came busted in our room. Was it Saturday night or Friday night?
Well, when he lifted your legs above your head, I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
Friday night.
Yeah, that was Friday night.
How does that even happen, Bob?
Well, yeah, I mean, number one, I was surprised you were strong enough to lift his legs.
Maybe I was in agreement with it.
And number 2, how did he bend that far? I mean, he doesn't look like the most flexible person.
Well, I mean, if you know Bob like I do.
Okay.
I just call him the jackknife.
Right.
I'm glad I don't know Bob that well.
Yeah.
His nickname is the Jackknife.
Oh yeah. You can fold him up in any which way.
How did he get
Like
that?
a pretzel, baby.
I gave it.
Yeah,
I heard
it's not been good yet.
I heard Will
Yeah.
gave it to you, Bob. He gave you that-
The Wheeze gave it to me. Okay.
Yeah,
that was
no,
not real. That was the Wheeze.
I
Right.
think one thing that was great for me was when y'all asked all the new people to stand up, and I realized I wasn't the loner there. You know, I was kind of worried because I was, coming in after, 3 or 2 batches in a pod cruise before, so I was kind of worried. But everybody welcomed me and had a good time, and got to meet a lot of cool people, and
Yeah.
I have us a good sponsor after this.
Poo Squad.
Poo Squad.
My hunch
Nice.
is that number is going to be double as far as new people next year, if I had to guess.
Hey, George is coming. George is
Yeah.
coming.
Georgia's coming.
It's going to be bad.
Like all of Georgia or
Just
All
like
the whiskey drinkers.
all the with. Yeah,
All
we
my
should.
people.
So whiskey weekend batch 4. Georgia's coming. Is that what
Mhm.
we're?
no,
No, that's what it is.
no, that would scare some people away.
Right. I feel like
Right. We need to. It needs to be a part of it, but
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be the tagline.
right. I feel like, well, I mean, Georgia is kind of like middle ground politically, so it wouldn't be assumed one way or the other of what's going down.
I don't think it has anything to do with that.
Okay.
I just think it just has to do with
James
the
Karen.
James Karen. Yeah. If there's an army of people with buckets heading your way, you turn the other way, you cut and run.
James, what kind of tailgate situation are you going to be involved in come fall with that James?
Well, I have to stay away from Athens because every time I go in Athens or to Athens to a game, they lose. So my wife has threatened to cut my, off if I make them lose another ball game. So we stay away from Athens. So I just drink at home by myself.
Okay.
And her.
I feel like we should redeem that.
You know what, James? I'm going to encourage you to keep going to Athens. Bud.
I'm with you, Will.
Yeah.
I'm with
I
you.
think you
Get your
should
parking
be going
spot.
to Athens.
Hey, James, you and me, Louisiana Monroe in Athens. And I'm
Yes.
telling you, if it happens, then yes, Diane and I will kill you.
But it's opposite for softball. If I go to softball, they win. I mean, even against like the number 1 team in the country. I don't understand that.
Yeah. So tell me this. So Diane, is she like balls to the wall softball amazing?
Yeah, she's pretty good. She
You're gonna find out.
She
at
was
whiskey- next
she's an
whiskey weekend.
athlete.
You'll find out next year.
I mean,
And
she
you were an
has to be
athlete too in high school and
Who, me?
college too, weren't you?
No, I was just I was just there. I was pretty good in a small town.
He was chasing the pit cart girls.
Here's a mathlete.
Y'all, if y'all are watching right now or listening on our podcast, you literally need to go and find BS and Bourbon on Apple Podcasts and listen to this. The first half is great. The second half will just blow your ever loving mind. Talking about this pit cart, which, by the way you described it at the beginning, I was picturing this in a pasture, not
It was
on the
close.
racetrack.
No, we missed the entire portion where you said
didn't.
it's a dirt track, and we're driving home, and he's like, "Man, that story was hilarious. Was it like a farmer? Was it some sort of farming equipment? Was he on a tractor?
Well, I thought he was saying pick cart, like I'm gonna pick
a pitchfork
vegetables
or something.
No,
Oh,
pick
okay.
vegetables. That's what I thought we were going to get into our situation. I was going to ask Nathan about it because he would know.
Our buddy
You've been
John
away from home too long.
put up a.
Oh yeah, we got to put this. This is guaranteed. This is guaranteed feature. Go Dogs, Bob.
John's a man. I
John
like
is
John.
the man, but also has questionable taste in super chat comments.
John was in the room of one of my top.
something that I will remember forever. Yeah,
Yeah, I looked over at Drew
yeah,
and I said, "I will always remember right now."
yeah.
Hey, he's one of the Georgia boys coming next year. You got
Yeah, no, they were
some
great.
Georgia boys coming. So
Drew and John are great too. To
Yeah,
me.
Drew, salt of the earth.
Mhm.
I mean, just
I feel like we made friends for life with them for sure.
right. Well, they might not want it.
No,
But
we're
they're
gonna
getting it.
Yeah,
Right.
They can't escape us now.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Um,
It's a little bit different context of that song, you know.
Friends Are Friends Forever. That's your favorite one.
No.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I know
Michael
you
W.
want
Smith.
it.
Oh, yeah. To be friends forever.
Yeah.
Whiskey Weekend.
Okay, so all right, so Bob
I have
loved meeting new
another.
friends.
I don't know if Bob knows this cool story, and it kind of plays into what James was saying about like new people and everyone feeling welcome. And so our new friends Dan and Julie that were there it was night one. It's kind of like summer camp, like everyone's not certain, what group they're going to go with, who they're going to meet, and everything. And Dan and Julie were sitting kind of close to where Bob and James and Daniel were sitting. And Dan had a bottle of Booker's out.
Oh, yeah. This is a good story, Bob. I don't know if you know it or not.
And Bob had brought Center Cut, of which Bob and I partook in and shared together because it's one of our favorite Booker's releases. And Bob went up to Dan and said, "Oh, you got some Booker's, or you got to try this Booker's." And I think that for everyone has different like moments when they realize like what Whiskey Weekend's about. And I feel like for Dan, that was a moment where like, okay, these are my people that someone will see and make a connection and come up and offer something.
I actually heard that a lot about BS and Bourbon Dude. Hey, James and Bob, I actually heard a lot about you guys. I was actually talking to Melissa Shriver today about it, and she mentioned Bob and James of just how like cool y'all were, like what y'all were just there was no individual greater than the other when y'all were working the room. Like y'all were just going around partying and hanging out with everybody, and it's that mentality that actually makes Whiskey Weekend great.
Yeah,
because if 100%. Everybody's just like, I'm with my 4 people I came with, or I know only 2 people, those are my, and not venture out, not communicate, not share, there's a lot of camaraderie out there that, doesn't exist unless you put yourself out there. And so cheers to you.
We brought people off the elevator and to hang out with us too. So we didn't know them.
Well, hold on and time out. I have got to give a shout out to Jason Newman, who legitimately came up to me and said, "So, like, what is like your OnlyFans account?" So he was going to donate us my OnlyFans. He honestly thinks I have an OnlyFans account.
I thought I saw it.
I'd go sign up I run it.
And I was like, "Dude, I love it. I appreciate you. I love you." But James says I have an OnlyFan.
Yeah. All right, guys, we got to pause here for a second because we've got a narrative happening in chat that I can't even talk about straight. Okay, number one.
First of all, but there's some extra stuff that needs to be explained about post this.
I know. Lauren, you did it right. Simmer down. We just lost 30%. So
Sean Bourbon Junkie says, "Tell your wife it's easier to slide you a 5 to go to bed. YouTube takes 30%."
Yeah.
And then Lauren alleges that 30% comes from Will's cut, which is not indeed how that works.
Okay, and then my wife just figured out that Nathan's in the chat. And then Sean's just laughing because he's sweet and precious. Okay, going back up. Brandon Rice, I'm not putting that up.
Yeah, you
no.
are dumber than a bag of hammers. That's something I would have done. There's actually
they look better.
Hey.
We do have some standards, and Brandon, I'll give you a 10 spot tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Pay that joker back.
There are certain things that we have morals about and won't highlight in super chat, and one is that. So
okay. We're back.
But thank you for your encouragement.
What it was.
Yeah. How do I get it? How do I get into the super chat?
How do you
I don't
pay
know.
us?
I actually don't know because I think because we're under the same account, I can't I tried to super chat so much the other night for Dan and Sean.
You just have to approve your card.
I
know.
I did, and I ID'd it, and then it would just go away.
No, I know. It's okay. I had to fix it one time too.
Okay, well, I need you to fix mine.
Okay.
Because I want to spend money.
Okay.
Because I don't care.
I want to get the super chat.
That's coming out of your 30%.
Right. So Brandon Rice, thank you for supporting us. Brandon is an OG to whiskey through our channel.
But there are just certain things that we cannot approve of.
Right. We have ethics.
Morals.
Right.
Yeah.
Morals.
James doesn't. It'd be fair game for James.
Well, it doesn't matter when you're a dog.
He and me.
Yeah.
He and me.
Yeah. I think at some point we got to get to the 15. But
At some point we do, but I need James to talk more. He's docile.
That's fine.
And
Yeah, that's fine.
He's upsetting me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
He hasn't talked about his wife's tulips yet.
I got told I can't talk about her tulips no more.
Yeah.
Did she get upset about that?
She said, "What if my grandma hears about this?"
Okay, well, you need to explain right now what tulips are.
Tulips, the flowers, tulips.
Yeah, TULIPS.
Yeah,
Right.
TU is two, LIPS is lips, two lips.
Right.
Yeah. That's a lot of
Yeah, it's not tulips.
no, well,
Uh-uh.
that's a lot of BS.
No, you.
Right. Yeah, that's
That's a perfect encapsulation of
right.
75%.
Wait, what did you just say?
She loves her two lips.
You said there was no U.
Yeah, and lups. LUPS.
Why
That's
can't it
lups.
be tulips?
It's two lips.
Why can't it be tulips?
I'm telling you, spell it out phonetically.
I just did. Tool.
Two lips.
I don't say
You don't say tulips.
I don't say tulips. I don't say tulips.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I say tulips.
That's the same. That's
Tulips.
the same thing, I think.
Yips.
Tulips.
No, tulips. Tool ups. Ups.
Ups. Ups.
Tulips.
Right.
Tulips.
You're screwed, dude.
It's time
You're
to go to
literally-
15.
Tulips.
Literally
Now, I'm
not-
an English major, okay? I know how to pronounce American words.
All right.
But at
She's
Georgia,
proud of them.
so
Favorite moment of Whiskey Weekend Batch 3, and it cannot involve
The
you know.
bucket.
No, I mean obviously the bucket. You can't say the bucket. That was obvious.
Okay.
I will say this, James. I know what one of my top ones outside the bucket is.
My favorite moment includes the bucket. It isn't the bucket.
Watching Mr.
But-
Carter chug.
Well,
No,
you
no,
got,
but it
you got
is.
hammered Friday night and you wrote out
Yeah.
everything you wanted to say.
Yeah. I was hammered. I mean, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. So, I mean, my favorite moment was me sitting up there telling the sexual relations story and just worried about what the women were going to think about me. And then after the show, they went buck wild. They were drinking from the bucket. There was bourbon pouring all over every part of their body. I mean, it was like a bourbon wet t-shirt contest up there. That was my favorite. But how they opened up and said, these guys are all right.
Oh, dude, I would say that 90% of the audience went from I don't know about these guys to these guys are really funny to give me the bucket.
right.
Yes.
That was the 1, 2, 3 punch
Yeah.
of BS and bourbon. And I've already talked to Will, and we've already got y'all down for Saturday night batch 4. Has to happen.
We can't do Friday. Can't do Thursday.
Yeah, no.
Gotta be Saturday.
It's gonna have to be Saturday.
Yeah, y'all are Saturday night special.
I feel like, you know what we need to do Saturday, y'all. We need one of those football banners that y'all bust through.
Yes.
I want BS and Bourbon to do a blind tasting with Matt Porter moderating.
Oh,
Because I think that I don't know that Matt Porter would be able to understand y'all.
Let's do it.
Yes.
yeah, you're right.
He barely understands you.
Right.
And so
And I've been cityfied for a while.
yeah.
Mhm.
We're gonna break you back in,
This
Greeze.
could just be something we do online at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
Just after we got to get through Matt Madness, the real one first.
Right. Because there's a good chance that you only have one more round. So
Because
But I'll be in
James
it
is
for a
like,
few more
I don't know
weeks.
what this is, but it's good.
yeah.
Or he'll say, I don't know what this is, but it sucks. And then he's done.
Yeah, he's had that before. Yeah.
Yeah. Why not be honest?
Tastes
No
like
more than
horse piss through a sock. This is one of his favorite ones to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
I'm sad the Acorn's not on here tonight, but
Well, we talked about this, and I think he was planning on coming, but we've kind of forgot to tell him again. But we kind of look. There's no room.
Yeah, like where are we going to put an acorn in here?
that's fair.
Hey, y'all could have been, at your
You
house.
got like a wide angle lens we could put on this surface?
Mm-mm.
I think y'all are both wide angle enough, Bob.
Come on,
My
I'm
God.
half as wide. I mean, at least oh god,
And one and a half wides.
Yeah.
That's what we call that a triple wide.
Yeah.
that's a deuce and a half.
We got to get to the 15. It's been a blast. Thank you guys for joining us for a little bit on tonight. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you coming to Whiskey Weekend Batch 3, and can't wait to make some more memories and forget a lot more than that at the next one.
And go to Facebook. They've got a group called BS and Bourbon. Is it ATL with that one, or is it just BS and Bourbon?
BS and Bourbon.
BS and Bourbon. On Instagram, you've got the .atl at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Connect with those guys. They're doing some great stuff. They just picked 4 roses and 4 starlight picks and something else. I can't even remember. But
the blind nose with the whiskey. What's that boy's name again? Whiskey what?
Bourbon Junkies.
Bourbon Junkie. That's
it. Bourbon Junkies. We got to do a little blind taste off.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, we can do all.
Yeah.
Dude, those starlight picks y'all did, stupid. All of them.
You have some of them?
We're drinking one for George too right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all got those samples in? Now that's through Nashville Barrel Company.
No. This is Starlight. This is something special.
Oh, so you're not staying within the same stratosphere. Is that a master select or whatever?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, daggum.
Yep. It's got 6 months left to go, and it's drinking pretty good right now.
Mm-hmm.
Little ethanol in the nose, but it'll calm down.
Like sweet caramel corn right
You
now.
have to go 6 months, or can you go a little longer?
We go longer if we want to.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Well, y'all pull it when it's right, because y'all do a daggum good job. But anyway, guys, we love you guys, and thank y'all for joining us. And everybody go check out BS and Bourbon.
Thank you.
They do great work. So and come to batch 4, and you can be part of that daggum James Karen in daggum.
Yes,
do something with that bucket.
Bucket, give me the bucket.
Folks, I think it's time for the 15. Grease, what do you think?
I think that's pretty good, Will.
Hit the music.
First, leading into the 15, we got an IOU we need to read.
Oh, yeah. Canadian dollars.
Canadian dollar IOUs. Can't wait for WWB4. Andrew was locked down in daggum Canada.
Yep.
Couldn't even get here. Well, he could, but then he'd have to
I don't think at that point he could.
He could not. You're right.
Right.
They were on lockdown.
I think so.
But then they couldn't. If they would have left and came back, he'd have to sit in a porta potty for 2 weeks.
I don't think that's what it was. But thank you, Andrew. We can't wait to hang out with you again at Batch 4.
Yeah, we love
when the world is a little bit more normal. All right, Grease, we're going to go to the 15.
Yeah, we're going to go to the 15. You want me to run? I don't got anything to run.
Nah, we'll just say hit the music, and then we'll do an edit and post.
Hit the music.
All right. And we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left, Will.
So we got some samples in. I thought it'd be fun to try it today because
I got to shoot this OWA first.
This
which,
is
by the way,
a
is fantastic.
Brand new line. Just came out last month. This is Stella.
Why do you call it a line?
It's a line of bourbon, like a clothing line or a line of cars. Like it's a brand. It's within. So it's made by.
You just call it a new offering.
Whatever you want.
Why are you upset about that? I don't want to call it a line.
You don't then.
I hate
call
lines.
it a new offering. I'll call
Nobody
it.
likes lines.
Okay, so this is
except Enneagram 1s. I think they like structure.
This is a new brand from the people that make barrel bourbon, barrel rye.
Right.
And
they're coming in with a lower tier offering.
So it's just going to be, whereas they had different batches of the others, this isn't going to be batch labeled. So they have a bourbon and they have a rye. It's called Stellum Spirits, STE.
And this is called
LLUM.
Pigeon Tail. It's the Dovetail's younger brother.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That didn't land.
Well, it just says it right here.
It actually does not.
It does not.
Okay, so I wrote down some information.
You know what I love about Stellum Bourbon, though?
No. Pour it up.
It says tax paid sample. They paid the taxes on this thing. You know why? Because they pay the daggum taxes in the daggum barrel. That's why these daggum distilleries. No, you know what they should be taxed on? They should be taxed on the amount of liquid times the amount of years in the barrel. Because
that's literally what they do.
No. I'm saying that when they pull it out, when they bottle it. That's the volume that they should factor, and then times it by the year. Okay, so now they're not paying freaking $1,000 in tax over the years for this barrel.
I think it should just be volume straight, not the years.
Well, you have to incentivize. Here's the deal: we have to figure out a way to incentivize these distilleries to freaking age it up 12 years.
I don't believe in the government incentivizing the distilleries to age it up.
Right. Get out of it. Well, okay.
You know what I think?
Getting out of the way would incentivize.
No, but you just said to then give them the years. That actually is a disincentive if they still have a portion of that times the amount of years.
You can't take a hard left when you're going right, Will. In direction. Like we're going, okay.
Yeah, you can.
We're on a train. We're on a train, okay? You can veer.
Kentucky.
You can veer. You can't about face and go the other way without slamming on the brakes and somebody getting hurt. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
No, I don't think that.
I'm just saying there's a compromise here. You got to figure out middle ground.
Compromise, because I still think that's disincentivizing aging up.
Okay, well, whatever we need to do to incentivize aging up.
Yeah, just not do it an annual.
So it just has to do, and I would agree with you on this because we have had a short barrel of Willet that was 5 years old, 52 bottles in it, or so 58. You got a 23-year-old Willet had 56 bottles in it. I think you should pay tax on the bottles. 100%. I agree with that.
All right, so
what is this? Is this the cast strength or the other one?
Tommy D says, can you guys please get a little closer and just share one mic? Matt Madness shook for the win. Thanks for the super chat. But
okay, is there somebody called is at shook for the win?
I don't think that's a real thing.
Is that is Dan?
No,
is he that?
It's not.
That's not his YouTube name.
Okay, so here's what we got. This is Stellum Bourbon. It is $54.99 retail price. It's they describe on the website that it's 3 Indiana mash bills. 2 are high rye and 1 is almost all corn. And then there's older Kentucky and Tennessee bourbons blended in, but it's not like all that at once. They like layer it in, and it's a true blend that they've crafted, but it's cast strength 114.98 proof.
Butterscotch on the nose, buddy.
Oh yeah, that smells great.
It does.
Dustin Pede, what is in my notebook is that I actually wrote down information about the distillery that we're trying this stuff from, instead of just being like, I don't know what it cost. I don't know. And so I did a little bit of homework before coming over.
You know what? I appreciate that about you.
Mm-hmm.
I did homework too because I was here.
Wow.
I haven't had it yet, but real good butterscotch nose.
Yeah. You can tell there's high rye bourbon in it.
I'm getting a little young something
spice
in it.
Yeah, that's probably some of the MGP stuff.
How old was the MGP stuff in it?
It doesn't say, but I think that's younger because then it says the older Kentucky and Tennessee bourbon.
But I've had 4 and 5 year old MGP that was fine. This
doesn't taste young.
No. It's that all corn.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I'm getting.
It is. Yep.
You've already said that to me one time.
I think that's really good.
Here's the deal.
The finish is short to me.
I'm still salivating on it. So why it's not present on the finish, it's lingering in its own weird way.
Okay. Yeah. It's
because I've been drinking the whole time, but this is making me
salivate. Right. Well, it is 114 proof. It's the highest thing in proof you've drank.
I'm close to snake spitting. You know what I mean?
Gleeking.
Dadgummit. You know what we should have done for the 15?
What? It's too late.
Dan and Julie sent us that Obtainium.
We'll do it next week.
We're going to do it next week.
Yeah.
We're going to be coming live next Monday.
I think this is good for $54.99 retail. I think it's got complexity. I think it's got some good flavor. Mm-hmm. It's got good age.
Yeah.
It's new.
You have to like.
I think Barrel does a good job with their batches. So this is something that is right up my alley.
There's a chunk of corn in there.
Yeah, and I think they said one of the 3 base spirit mash bills. It's 2 high ryes and then a third that they said is almost all corn.
Yeah.
So I honestly think that I would say this is a buy for me because it's unique, it's new. There's It's only $54.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling it's going to be pretty consistent. I really like the flavor, and it's pretty good.
It's bright but not floral to me. Normally, when I have a bright whiskey that's refreshing, it's more on the floral side.
I 100% understand what you're saying.
But this is more.
It doesn't taste like Four Roses, what you're saying, but it evokes that same feeling of brightness. But it still has some earthiness to it and some savory notes that you wouldn't necessarily get from a Four Roses, right?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy this.
Yeah,
way more than I thought I would.
Really surprised by it. So we have the rye too. I think we should go ahead and crack this open.
Oh, okay.
Also, Andrew Bolin, I believe, is at Disney right now. He's at least in Orlando.
Oh,
and he had some 1783 he put up in Podcasters. So he's pre-gaming down there.
Oh, that's who that was?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Okay.
I think so.
I
could be wrong. Okay, so the Stellum Rye, also $54.99 price point. It's a blend. The initial blend are barrels of the MGP 95.5 rye. So here's
but
here's a discrepancy on their website. So I went to the website and it said,
Lord, don't go to our website.
95.5 Indiana mash bill. And then it says Tennessee and Kentucky older whiskeys blended in, very similar to the bourbon. On the bourbon, it says distilled in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. On the rye, our sample, it only says distilled in Indiana. So that's where my question is, was it a misprint? Like they just copied the text on the website? Because I feel like the label is still going to...
I feel like the label's got to be right.
I'm going to defer to the label. So is it just all MGP rye?
You would have to defer to the label.
That's what I would say. I would think that you defer to the label.
Although this is not for resale. So...
Right. But it's still, you're still supposed to label it accurately.
Right.
Anyhow, this is 116.24 proof, so just a smidge higher. These are bottled at cask strength from the blend. Yeah, there's the sample, and they sent these to us. We did not in any way promise a good or bad review and sent it. They just sent it out of the goodness of their heart, and we are just reviewing it because we will drink whiskey out of the goodness of our heart. So, Stellum,
yeah, it's a rough life.
So
I'm just so glad this is not that spice, whatever that was. What
chai spice?
Yeah,
we never reviewed that.
We did not do that because we told them. I said if we hate it,
honestly, well, you didn't tell them anything. I was the only one that was talking to those folks.
Why is that? Why is he going to laugh at that?
I don't know.
Is there an inside joke that we're not aware of? Sean Paisley, Bourbon Junkies, for those that are listening to audio only right now, just posted, if that rye is 116 proof, I'll laugh. It is. It says 116.24. What's so funny about that, Sean? He said no. I don't know.
No, I think that was for 100% pure mustard. Would you trade a 2020 Thomas H. Handy rye for an Elmer T. Lee 100? The answer to that is a hard no.
Hard no. Like negative no.
Yeah, like you know how Greeze earlier was talking about don't like slam on the brakes and go in reverse because you could hurt somebody.
Right.
This is worth hurting somebody.
Cheers, Will. That was good. Is that a throwback?
Yeah.
Or
callback.
Callback.
Throwback is a jersey.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Like throwback jerseys.
Oh, like old
callback
school.
Is a comedy.
Like 70s. Like, oh, we're going to be the 70s Steelers. Back when they were good.
The nose smells like MGP rye.
What's the deal with freaking daggum Packers QB? What's his daggum name? Why can't I remember his name right now?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, his brother lives here.
Right.
Like right down the road.
I don't think they talk.
I don't think they talk either.
This is very mellow. Very mellow.
I love this.
This is really good.
I love this.
This does not drink 116 proof.
No, this tastes like 90. This is
he said I'll text you guys later.
This is not
That's cute.
This is okay. This is not complex by any means.
No. It's mellow. It's a mellow rye.
Mm-hmm. This is some Pikesville level stuff right here.
Yeah, I like this better than Pikesville.
You do? I haven't had Pikesville in a while.
I haven't in a while, but
Pikesville.
memory serves me.
Because Pikesville's coming in at 114, real close.
Was it 114 or 110?
I thought it was 114.
It's 110.
You think it's 110?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Everything else is 114. Ooh, Russell's 110. You gonna look at your notes? You didn't write that down. You didn't pre-plan
No,
that.
I was reading chat. I have the chat up here.
Oh, you're
So I'm
reading
looking
chat?
down. Yeah.
Like you're talking to chat? Like chat's a person?
Oh, Tommy D wants, and you've done this a few times, wants to know about the flag behind you.
Oh, yes. So this is my wife's father. He passed away from leukemia when she was 5. So in honor of him, I never got to have a pour with him, and I would hope that I would have gotten to. And so he's right here. My grandfather's flag is with my cousin. I'm gonna have to track that one down because if I can get those two in the same room together,
That'd be incredible. Yeah.
it'll go down.
This is good. It does not taste young by any means.
Mm-mm.
It's got good good oak notes.
To me,
on
this
it.
beats the socks off the cast strength.
Cast strength what?
The bourbon.
Well, they're both cast strength.
Well, yeah, I understand what you're
I
saying.
mean, the rye beats the socks off the bourbon.
I feel like Sean's gonna text us like, "Oh man, that 116 is awful," or something like that. Well, he's confused. He's very confused because this.
Well,
is
I think
very
they're
good.
no. I mean, honestly, they're both. Both of these are the release currently are 114.98 and 116.24.
Yeah, and this rye.
So it's everything in the market for them, I think, right now are these proofs. So I don't think that there's like if you knew anything about it, I think that it would just be that. I don't know. Anyhow,
well,
I bet on their channel something we didn't see was he tried it. It was 116 proof, and he said it was hot garbage or something.
right.
But it's that Michigan palate you have to deal
My
with.
wife and I tried to watch their show the other night.
Yeah,
She made me get off.
I watched
Okay.
I watched quite a. Hi, Lauren. I watched quite a bit of it.
She made me turn Dan and Sean off
Uh-huh.
because they dropped like 20 F-bombs in 2 sentences.
It's Michigan. It's fine.
Well, I know. I told her that, and I said, "Hey, babe, listen. Like, their hearts are good. I mean, I hung out with Sean. He only dropped the F-bomb like 10 times in my presence."
Brandon did confirm Pikesville is 110, which I knew.
Okay, well, that's stupid. It should be 114.
I do like this a lot, especially for the $54.99. The bourbon, I still think is a buy because I think it's good.
I will
it's
go
a
buy
unique-
this tomorrow. The rye.
The Stellum rye is a guaranteed buy.
I'm a Ryman.
Like a Ryman Auditorium.
Yeah, I'm a Ryman Auditorium.
Right. This has been a really good illuminating thing. I think both of them are worth a pickup, but if you have to pick between one or the other,
Okay,
go with the rye.
shoot
obviously.
this. You ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Well, I mean, you're the giant slayer here.
I know. I need to see where we're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make you get an Uber.
Lauren, if you're still watching, there's something up on your island for you from my wife.
It's a hairdryer.
Yeah. It's up there.
Yeah, I saw
it. We know the age of the Thomas H. Handy, Brandon.
Okay. Thomas H. Handy's good. It's just both are good.
The Thomas H. Handy, what year is that?
That's a great question. That's last year's, right? 125.7.
I believe that is last year's.
Here, I got you. Laser code. Shoot.
I don't think
92. What the?
Oh, I think yours is a fake. It's one of those fakes they have.
Right. I would not doubt that at all. I'll refill it. I don't know how. It says 92 and it's not 92. So nope. 21. That doesn't make sense.
Nope.
It can't be 21.
Nope. Time machine.
I'm just looking for pairs of numbers that make sense at this
It's
point.
all right. I think that is last year's. If
3D. It's in 3D.
I think that it is.
We have 2 more videos to shoot after this, and it's not going to be pretty because we're shooting barrel strength everything.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching. watching us.
Right. Washing.
So Jay Hode says, will the Whiskey Weekend Barn Night be released as a podcast? Yes.
Yes.
It's
coming.
It's going to be on video. And I'm going to cut it up as a audio version as well.
So I was cutting it today to release.
Mm-hmm.
And the audio processing is picking up because we had a sound system.
Chad also is cursed. He has caused issues on a channel.
He doesn't curse.
No,
but he's cursed.
He has a hex on him.
Right.
He's caused some audio issues for us up on stage a couple times.
Well, we actually just learned that we only run 4 channels when we're recording with them.
Yeah. So we think we have a dead channel on my board,
no,
or a dying channel.
We know.
Either that or he's cursed.
It was literally recording raw and it was doing it.
Right, because he put a hex on it.
Right.
So anyhow, we're gonna fix it. The board
we put a hex on them because they didn't make it past round 1.
That's gonna happen. The audio version will be coming soon. A video version will be coming soon as well. We got some really good footage from that. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this week, and we'll be putting out a lot more content now that the biggest stress and workload of the podcast of the year is behind us.
Well,
we have schedules now. We are freed up to put content out, and we also have dates for
Except I've literally been on the phone for 4 hours a day.
But we have a year.
Well, we're releasing tickets this week.
Right, but we still have a year. You don't know how to pump the brakes, sweetheart.
Are you talking about
get you in a good place?
Are you talking about drinking water? I can't.
No.
I drink water.
No, I just mean we have a year to plan and get everything in motion. That it doesn't have to be we're 2 weeks out and whatever.
Tickets go on sale.
He's a workaholic and he doesn't know he's unhealthy right now.
May 8th.
Tickets go on sale May 8th, which is a Saturday. That day wasn't run by me.
No, I wanted it to be a Saturday because I didn't want people to worry about working.
No, people want it. That's when you got to get them because they want a distraction from work, not being up with their kids on a Saturday.
Well, we'll figure that out. Hey, you know the best thing about releasing tickets on Saturday?
What?
They're still going to be there on Monday.
That's right. So Saturday, May 8th is going to be the release. That is this Saturday.
Whiskeytainment.com. If one of our mods can throw up whiskeytainment.com in the chat, that'd be awesome.
Any of our mods are watching.
Are they not watching?
Better mods.
How many? I need to give so many people a blue wrench.
I don't even know what it does.
It lets you post a link up there.
Tammy Brennicky says, smash that like button before you leave. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you get notifications. If you want to support us and be a part of Town Hall, go to patreon.com/the podcast. We got good swag that comes out on a biannual basis. We send that out in January and June, essentially. Yeah. So those will be coming out soon. And then you can be a part of Town Hall, which is it's basically like digital whiskey weekend throughout the year. And then you also get things told you sooner than just on the internet live. Everything else, Dan likes not a daggone blue wrench. I don't know how to do that. That's all on you. I know that's all on you. So Sean Paisley, you gotta read that one. Whiskey Weekend batch for the final batch. Yeah, Bourbon Junkies are coming with us this year, so it probably will be the final batch. I'm so excited because one of the worst things about batch 3 was literally saying bye to Dan and Sean. Yeah. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week on the podcast. Thank you so much for watching. If you're listening, subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes. And we don't know Jack, but we'll drink it. Guys, thank y'all so much for enjoying the show. If you're new to this, Bender said offline, we need to talk about your website. Yeah, it's atrocious. Wait, is Bender like really good at websites? I don't know, but that would. I don't know who Bender is. Well, he's a character from Futurama. Well, I know that. I'm saying like real life. I mean, I go on Benders, but not. You know what I mean? I don't know Bender. That's fair. All right. Thanks. We got to go shoot some more videos, and we are 15 minutes over schedule right now. So, yeah. Do we have a schedule, Will? Do we have a schedule? We actually laid out a schedule today. We were really good about that. We did. We're going to be back here next Monday.
and we've got a drinking with in the works. We love drinking with, and it was really super fun. And so that's probably shifting to like a once a month thing.
Yeah, we wanted to build it, and so we did. We got a lot of like
it was a blitz.
We had high value
Yeah.
people on, such as Matt Porter, Dan and Sean, Freddie Johnson,
It's Bourbon
Dixon. It's Bourbon Night. We went out of the gate hard so that people would understand the concept.
Whiskey with a view.
And then it will be a periodic thing.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
Yeah, we were always building that to be a once a month series that we do. It allows us to interview people, which we don't normally do, which is a lot of fun, but we get to do it in a casual way. But
it's also hard to top Freddie. It's like we peaked really early.
I've got one that will arm wrestle Freddie.
No, that's fine. I know. I'm just saying we can't top Freddie every week going forward.
I don't think you can top Freddie ever.
That's literally what I just said. You said I've got someone who will arm wrestle him.
Yeah,
all right,
wrestle, but I mean,
we got to go cut.
I know we got to go cut the thing.
Thank you everyone for watching.
Thank y'all super chats.
Thumbs up.
It
It's
really
free.
means a lot that you invest in us, and we really appreciate that. And
Darren, thank you so much for the hot sauce. Threw that on some fajitas I made tonight. It was real nice.
you got small sauce.
You did too, dum dum.
We need to do one with our barrel pick.
Yeah, I also want to do a video where we pair hot sauce with bourbon because that's just silly.
Right.
All right.
Like you tell
Let's do
like
this.
you take a shot and then you snort the hot sauce.
No, that is not it at all.
Why can't we do that?
Let's end this.
Can we do Pappy Hour again, where I call stores and ask for
Because
Pappy?
you have heartburn, and if you were snorting hot sauce, you would not live.
I don't have heartburn.
That's not accurate. I've got a receipt for Rolaids and Nexium that prove otherwise.
As long as I stay on top of Nexium, I don't have heartburn.
All right, let's end this because we really need to go.
We love y'all so daggum much. We love y'all so much. Will, look at me like you do at Dixon when I was going to steal, or he was going to steal me.